What I know and I can tell you. Issues Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga, Raymond Omolo. Gladys Wanga must come down. Because Raymond Omolo is not in that anywhere there. Ayuko Pale. The guy is not there. In fact, Silaya Mjinga ni nguvu. That guy do not even have that time. His tray is full. He's serving the administration that gave him opportunity. He's working within his mandate. Ushaona? So huyu kama yuko busy body, county Homa Bay bado inahitaji mambo mingi. Not even kurelieve Magwanga kwa kazi yake. Kwani democracy ni nini? Supporting a candidate is not a party position. A party position to her. Hata mimi ukiniletea candidate staki nitatoka. Ushaona? And if you want to know that lady kama kweli anataka kurudi kwa ile kiti, lazima style up. Amefungua vita na Oyugi Magwanga. Amefungua vita na Kidero. Amefungua vita na Raymond. Wacha nitoe Raymond pale. Raymond anazasema kwa sababu I'm Polish and anastaki maneno mingi, I'm not there. Akiniambia niweke masabu atapiga huu nimpatie hii nyingine apige. As long as hata maliza my personal integrity as a man. Unanielewa? Lakini unaona hiki kozi nyingine adadili nayo watamuinua vibaya sana. Na
inakuja tuanga nguvu. I go by the name of Ochino, the only Kenyan who is a man, a boy, and also a friend. And of course, when we say seated here, it's because you're having a conversation that you've requested for us to have. And of course, today's conversation, you're having a conversation analyzing the speech that Rigathi Gachagua, the party leader of DCP, gave when he was welcoming the winners of MC Awards position that DCP won, that is in Narok, Kisa East. And of course, to analyze this, we're also going to look at the issue of Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County is one of the key counties in Nyanza region, and currently it's one of the hot zones politically because a lot of political developments are happening in that area. And today with us, we have a political analyst and a governance expert who understands both the national politics and especially the Nyanza politics in Homa Bay County. Aliet.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
I think by now our viewers wamezoea kukuona on our channel, so maybe we don't have to reintroduce you again and again, but at least they have to know that you are striker number 9 when it comes to matters of politics and governance in Kenya, and especially Ruto's government, as you usually say. But let us now begin with the issue of Rigathi Gachagua, the party leader of DCP. He's currently one of the most watched politicians in the country, and with the speech that he gave, he said a lot of things, and he also touched the issue of Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna. He assured them and he told them that if at all watafukuzwa ODM, wasijali sana sababu anasema mlango ya DCP iko open to them, and he feels that as DCP they are very strong in Nairobi, and he says that they are willing to even support Edwin Sifuna for the senatorial seat of Nairobi in 2027. For you as George Aliet, maybe what's just an overall view of the speech that Rigathi Gachagua gave today?
Thank you very much, Brother Ochino. Let me start by saying, politics, like any other profession, needs wisdom, a literacy level, and being cultured. It is not only left to mad people. I'm sorry to use this term. I'm a bit moderate when now I discuss, and many a times I don't always want to discuss individuals. But now I'm duty bound to do it. Mheshimiwa Gachagua, I think he's in the wrong place, because in our politics is governance, and governance is all we need to get morals in the society and the development as such. But you see, when you get Mheshimiwa Gachagua talks, he's just a lunatic. In fact, if I'm not wrong, his people will move with speed, ensure that he gets a psychiatric, because that guy is not normal. If at all Gachagua understands, if at all he understands the status where he is, his social class, in fact, what he speaks, he cannot even speak a quarter of it. And that's what justifies for me. If that's not the mental standard of his henchmen, the Kikuyu nation, then Gachagua is sick. In fact, it's one person we should even disregard. Yes. But having said that, I think the government should move with speed, because to me, Gachagua is just an Al-Shabaab leader. Yes. Gachagua, the difference between Gachagua and the later Booth Rogo Akuna, you radicalize a country, you polarize to an extent, he's heading us to the dogs. Gachagua wants animosity to be in this country. And do you know why I say Gachagua is sick? Because the kind of statements Gachagua gives is literally going to lynch his people. Because nobody is going to say Rosi and leave them to misbehave. Because if you see the population index of this country, Kikuyu are only 35%. Yes. And he talks as if he owns the country. And if you do your due diligence well, the inhabitation setup of Kenyans, it is mostly all these people are the ones who have inhabitants in other regions. Our people are not going to their regions. And by the way he talks as if Kenya is theirs. Yes. So with issues Gachagua, I can tell you, I cannot discuss him with it in kind words. He's a sick person. He's sick. Why I'm saying that? If you get Gachagua talking to a church, the difference between somebody talking in a church and somebody talking in a morgue or in a disco hall, Akuna, and he's a leader. The previous Sunday, when he was talking in, I think in Kariobangi, he became very clear, said that Nairobi cannot be led by a people who comes to the city by snowboarding vehicles carrying fish. Ni watu wamekuja na gari za samaki. That is one. Two, he said holistically, they need to get all the 85 wards in Nairobi, the 17 constituencies, Senate and governor. Now this is a person who tried to propose a concept that leadership is a name. I don't think there is any DNA leadership in that guy. If there is, then it is a water DNA. Yes. So now, the same narrative he gave then is the same narrative is given today. But now, if you want to know the guy is not normal, he double speaks. The other day he was saying they holistically have to take everything. Today he's telling Babu and Sifuna that he is ready to consider them, to accommodate them in an event. They are not given room in the party they belong today. So, and literally, Babu is not a Kikuyu. Sifuna is not a Kikuyu. So what does one tells you? And another version, if you want to know the guy, just talks aimlessly. Does he know the population index of Nairobi? Does he know the voter index in Nairobi? Fine, it is true, Canvas have the numbers, but numbers against who? Because let me tell you, without the Canvas in our bracket, we are comfortable. We'll only have to negotiate democratic with others who are accommodative. Are you getting what I'm saying? Reasoning being, 207 we didn't go together with the Kamba community, but we had our way. At 207 we didn't go with the Kikuyu in our way, in the same setup, but we had our way. So the narrative of trying to say the Kambas, that is sheer nonsense. But even if it is true, then I think Kambas and Luos and others are very accommodative than accommodation with the Kikuyu community. But not per se Kikuyu community are bad community. It is because of the leadership mental perception. They tend to think that entitlement, we have to have everything. And that is why even the government is talking about they are not going to get it. Yes, because a time is going to come when they will want to take everything. And the moment they want to take everything, these other people are going to revolt. Yes, and even if you leave that, in our quarters, we don't have issues. Our call is just very simple. Let Babu Owino toe the party line, because there is where immediate constituency comes from. After that, and beware, if you are not living in denial, politics of Kenya is tribal. And more so, a cosmopolitan city like Nairobi, that gives the general image of Kenya. It is purely tribal. So for these tribes to marry, it is just negotiated democracy. Are you getting what I'm saying? And so, the truth that is going to transpire there, in our wing, let me assume the arrangement is going to live to see the light of the day. Then we only have Governor Sakaja, who is the incumbent, and probably Babu. And most probably, just in case Mheshimiwa Kidero comes on board and Mheshimiwa Sonko.
Yeah.
In an event, Sonko doesn't go the other way. Are you getting what I'm saying? And so, but from their end, the list is long. We just had Mheshimiwa Kuria coming to the fore just yesterday. He said he's going to run the governor of Nairobi. He talk about Mazenga, talk about Waweru, talk about Nyakera, talk about Agnes Kagure. And all of them are moneyed and they don't want to know.
Yeah.
We've seen them, and that's why they've always lost the game always. So when they tell us that they have the numbers, they are going to score. We are waiting for them. The only thing I can beseech the Kenya government or whoever is involved in that as a stakeholder, I only beseech them to do for me two things. Let them, one, ensure they patent any company dealing with microphones or PA materials and let them go to Madeira for Gachagua to use them. He opens his mouth venom. Yes, then Kenya is going to get direction. Two, the only honorable thing they can do to the guy, let them take him to Madeira. Yes, so that he can be helped. Because we can never have a society where people are going to be radicalized so that we blame one another. Yes.
But from what I'm getting from you, and also just from your sentiments that you're making, is that in a person in the position that Rigathi Gachagua holds today,
yes,
is such that he has a very huge majority of people, Kenyans, who at least in one way or another identify with his leadership. That is during the time maybe that he was MP, and especially during this stint that he was as DP, and now also the DCP wave that he has created. Is it because a lot of people are uncomfortable with him because of how he does his politics, or because of just how he expresses himself, such that some things that are necessarily traditionally discussed in the boardrooms by the politicians, for him is bringing them out to the media, out to when he's speaking to the normal Mwananchi, common Mwananchi, and that, as you say, might radicalize the population, because not everyone is politically enlightened to know that such sentiments might want to mean another thing than what Rigathi Gachagua is saying? Or is it just because of the way he carries himself and the way he propagates the DCP to stand for going forward?
Let me tell you, the kind of narrative Gachagua sells is meant to his henchmen.
But he's saying he wants DCP to be a national party.
Get me right. DCP cannot go beyond the border of the Kikuyu nation. I want you to get me right. Not unless something is going to be, we are going to have a total paradigm shift from the way Kenyans are doing politics. Yes. One, when DCP is going to be a national party, how is it going to be where you feel every seat you need to take? What are you leaving of these other people? How is DCP going to be a national party when he's the face of DCP and equally saying in an event they have an arrangement with Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, whoever, then the dockets of this country must be half-half. DCP takes a half, then whoever is in that power takes a half and they divide with other Kenyans. So national resources is going to be given between the rest of Kenyans against one. How is DCP going to be a national party? Then two, how are you going to ensure that your policy sells when you stamp authority on almost everything? You babysit people around. Yeah. So issues Mheshimiwa Gachagua. I think the government has always handled him with a lot of velvet gloves. He need to be punched a little bit so that he wakes up. Because let me tell you, even you Mheshimiwa Ochino, kosa kuvaa viatu for 3 years. You are going to get your shoes, they are not even shaped. Yes. Zitakuwa kama miogo ziko kwa mchanga ambao iko loose. Kila route imeenda their own way. And that's the way Gachagua behaves. Fail to make your air. They are going to be anyhow. And that's the way it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with the kind of democracy, and I've told you again and again, with the people who are not cultured, who are not morally upright, sometimes democracy doesn't work that well with them. Because you try to apply democracy, they'll only take your kindness to be weakness. Are you getting that? They'll give you that leverage to think positively. You'll think awkwardly, thinking they're afraid of. And that's what the guy is doing. He's been doing stage managing, even his invasion always. He tear gassing himself, destroying his meetings, so that he gives a perception that the government is doing some of these things. And because it is known and the government is doing nothing about it, he feels he's only is a lord unto himself. Yes. So according to me, some of these weaknesses are liabilities of the government. The guy needs to be tamed. Yes. Because if he's not tamed, my friend, is making his Kikuyu community to be in problems. Yes. Kenyans, we have bad manners, let me tell you. Like now, when you talk, I'm talking here, 3 statements alone is talking about the Kikuyu nation. But not Kikuyu nation talking, it's Gachagua talking. Yes.
But he says that he's the current kingpin of the mountain.
That is up to him. We are not from the mountain, so he cannot talk on our behalf. Yes. If he wants problems, we are also not ready for peace. Yes, Kenyans, we are not ready for peace. If he wants problem, and I can tell you this. Yes. And if he wants to know, let him instigate a problem, then I own it. He's charging an environment that is going to counterproductive to his people. Yes. When you tell me you are going to take Nairobi haikubuniwa jana. It was formed yesterday. And Nairobi has been having, even before changing the new constitutional order, we've been having mayors. So far, how many mayors have they had? If they say there are so many. Electoral boundaries, the parliamentary boundaries, hatujazianzisha leo. How many have they been having? So it is not a coincidence. He's talking to whip emotion of his people without knowing his people are not Goliath. Yes.
He's been finding himself recently in situations whereby when he gives a speech, in the next speech, he has to clarify what he said in his previous speech.
Yes.
Like in the speech that he gave today when he was welcoming the newly elected DCP MCAs, he clarified that last time, whatever he said, people took it out of context.
Yes.
He said from the media, from also politicians who for him, he says that his competitors don't believe that he can be able to defeat them in 2027. And specifically, he said he addressed the current sitting members of parliament. He said, and also people who want to vie for governorship position, senator position in 2027. He told them that they should align themselves with the reality on the ground and go to a party that is for the Kenyan people and in a skiza ground. And for him, he was saying that for those people who are already in the seats and those people who want to vie for the seats, they should go to DCP. When he says this, as you are saying, when he's talking to the current Mount Kenya leaders especially, is he telling them that if you're not on DCP, you're not going to be re-elected in 2027? And is that a reality in the mountain?
One thing that is apparent as static, that I know Gachagua is not ready to listen to, is that Gachagua wants to be a kingpin of the Kikuyu nation. But is never given a boundary on his speech. He should come clear and give reference that I'm talking about the Kikuyu nation, not Kenyans. Yes, but let it get it for you clear. The Kikuyu nation has not started voting today. We've had them as long as Nani was there, Njito Batiba was there, Kibaki was there, and always they voted differently. Even at a time when they have a sitting president in the name of Kibaki and Uhuru, they are already produced MPs with different parties. So this is the uniqueness Gachagua wants to do. Is going to backfire big time on him. Yes, because at the end of the day, his preferences will go by, one, is monetize the whole thing. He is behaving in terms of money. Two, is going to consider those who are his surrogates. And you see, the general public, there are people they conform to. You get what I'm saying? And so, if we leave that one alone, now you go to political maturity. Let me tell you, like in Nairobi, we talk of tribal lines. If you go to your vicinity, like where I come from, in Rangwe, we don't have Kikuyus there. We don't have Kisis there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have lawyers there. It is only Luos who are there. But now, you realize there's that zoning and balkanization in terms of clans. So it plays a role. Even their place, it plays a role. Are you getting that? So in an event, probably is going to come with a candidate outside a good clan, and that candidate is not appealing across the board, they are likely to choose somebody else from another clan. Yes, without that DCP. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, his statements, he should quote these statements that are positive to the general public, because he's fighting 2 wars ago. He's fighting his clan war, and he's fighting tribal war, and he's fighting the administration. You cannot go through. Yes, he cannot go through whatsoever, and there's no reconcile in that. And not that I hate him. I don't hate him.
Yeah.
What I hate is a political acumen. It is vengeance and it is useless. It cannot flourish in this point in time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they usually say that in Kenya, the Kenyan voter is an emotional voter.
Yes.
And they usually say in the general elections, it's like most of the Kenyan voters usually vote to punish their leaders. Either if not deliver, they chase you away, or maybe you abused their political leader as inclined. Currently, as we speak, it's like the Rigathi Gachagua also is aligned to that, because as usually say, he's not a political novice in a way. If he's winning on the side of whipping emotions in Kenyans, and President William Ruto always says that the people who are opposing him don't have a development agenda, don't have a progressive agenda. Do you believe that when now he comes to start now also just telling his people the kind of development agenda that he has for the country, is that when maybe he'll start losing, because people will look at him and say that yes, he can be winning on the side of the whipping emotions, but on the side of what he's going to do if they take government is what maybe can bring him down? Or what are you going to, what is it finally, what will bring him down finally, winding up this issue of Riggy? Is it his sentiments, or is it maybe he'll not have the development agenda that Kenyans will agree with 2027?
Let me tell you, election is not spontaneous. It is not an event. It is a process. We'll have time for sloganeering when people are going to give their slogans. And that's what has started, the 1 term, the 2 term. The Kenyan public today are in 2 wings. They are in 1 term, 2 term. It is only that there are those who are still lukewarm. Those are the people you classify to be undecided. But as we are progressing, mark my words. And basing my argument is that always there's no government that is popular globally. And more so at this point in time, so many people tends to be aligned with the Gachagua and his team. Are you getting that? So they have that unity of convenience. Ruto's administration is not fair to us, so they are aligned this side. But going forward, being it is not an event or spontaneous, it is a process. People are going to drop one by one, because now there is that reality check. Guys, it is 1 term or 2 term. Fine. This 1 term, myself, I don't want to know what they've done. Myself, I'm 2 term. I'm 1 term.
Yeah.
But there are people who are going to evaluate. They're going to have a discussion. Fine. Mheshimiwa Ruto is 1 term. Can we have a scorecard? What is it that is done that has never been done? What is it that is done that we can gauge him with? We are going to work out his profile, performance-wise. And with what is done, we are comparing with what? This is where the level-headed people, of course, they are a majority.
Yeah.
They are almost 45%. Those are the people now that are going to reason. Fine. Tukifika hapa, we have to interrogate. He's done this. Vis-a-vis what? The competition front in our watu wangapi? We have somebody with a track profile. We have somebody with no profile. Now, can we leave a profile that is half-baked or a quarter-baked, then we go to a profile that is not there? Are you getting what I'm saying? So, then, besides that, there are other nitty-gritties that are going to be considered. Now that we are here, what are we bound to get? Huku, this side is not done very well, but it's done something. And we have a stake.
Yeah.
This side, they have not done something, and we are not sure whether they are going to do, but we don't have a stake. Are you getting what I'm saying? So meaning the end game, this thing is going to zero in to one denominator tribe. These are the things, and now we call them negligible. They are there, yes, but negligible.
Yeah.
The percentage quotient of other factors besides the tribalism aspect is very minimal. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is going to dictate our political results come 2027. And let me tell you, with the scenario I'm seeing here, Mheshimiwa Gachagua is not going to go far.
Politically.
He's not going to go far.
And I think still on that issue, now we focus on the ODM party and of course the larger Nyanza region, that is the Homa Bay county also. Rigiji said that it's likely that Gladys Wanga and Junet wanasema ni kama wameuza chama, waliuzia Kasongo chama, and he said that he's very saddened that ODM was a very strong party and kama itakufa na hii election of 2027 because he's saying ni kama Kasongo amenunua through Rigathi Gachagua's words. In his profile, in his kind of high profile that he has in the country, when he says such a thing that ODM ni kama inauzwa, should we believe him? Because he usually says that he has very deep intelligence reports. Should we believe him? Because when you look at Homa Bay County specifically, there's the issue of Gladys Wanga. It's like there's a disagreement with the Deputy Governor Oyugi Magwanga since he supported Philip Aroko, who was not a pro-ODM. And he is also now currently being stripped of some of the duties that he was assigned to. And there's also the issue of now Raymond Omolo also being mentioned a lot in Homa Bay County, and a lot is happening there. When you're answering that, what is that dynamic, or what is the current dynamic that is making the Homa Bay politics ni kama iko na mioto sana as compared to other parts of Nyanza, and how do you see it as George Aliet?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. One, issue Gachagua, issue Luo Nyanza. Luo issues are not being discussed by madmen. Gachagua is a madman. Let him talk over their issues. Our issues, let him rest his case. And I don't think he was addressing the Luos or ODM per se. He was addressing his people. Yes, because you are my competitor. You cannot afford to give me direction that is going to make me be a victor against you. So what he's talking about, the guy just love microphone. Yes. Issue Homa Bay. There was sometimes I did say that, in fact, I was addressing Gladys Wanga. I told Gladys Wanga, you people stop making Homa Bay BIT. Are you getting what I'm saying? What I can say about Homa Bay, politics of Luo Nyanza for that matter, is always very emotive. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, the kind of dimension it's trying to take in Luo Nyanza, in Homa Bay today, according to me, I'm not happy because I come from there. I think there's some things Mheshimiwa Gladys Wanga is suffering from. It is either she's suffering from inferiority complex, being unsafe for that matter, or Gladys Wanga is overwhelmed by power. Why I'm saying this, if you monitor very well what power of Homa Bay is, Mheshimiwa Oyugi Magwanga helped Gladys Wanga big time to be governor of Homa Bay. And that fight of Oyugi Magwanga and Gladys has not started today. There was even a time they were locking Magwanga's door with a chain. The deputy governor's office. Two, I think Gladys Wanga will come to a reality. Despite the fact she's been given privilege and honor to lead Homa Bay, does not mean she's more brainy and powerful than the Homa Bay residents. When I say Homa Bay residents, every community has men and women who are beyond reproach when you give them classing. We have a people in Homa Bay of a class. I think kuna kitabu ilisomwa kitambo inaitwa Shamba la Wanyama. Wanyama wengine wako bora kuliko wengine. That one is applicable even in the contemporary society.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, today, I'm just trying to wander around. What does Gladys Wanga think she is when she's fighting Evans Odhiambo Kidero? She's fighting Oyugi Magwanga. She was fighting John Mbadi. She was fighting Philip Okundi. And she's just a woman married there. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you do your classifications zote, kando ya kwamba it is a privilege and honor and our good manners, that's why she's the governor of Homa Bay. Huh? But she wants to make us have problems even now and again. Whenever there is an issue in leadership in Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga is at the apex. Huh? Let me tell you, if there is somewhere where there's serious business when it comes to politics, it's Homa Bay and Migori. The directions he's trying to take Homa Bay. Mimi si Mesaya wala mganga. Sipojipanga atakimbia mpaka pite border. Yes. Because today, she's even gone as far now fighting Super CS, PS, Raymond Omolo. Somebody who's cultured, who doesn't have politics in him. Even the development of Homa Bay, I think if they are not goodwill of the current president through Raymond Omolo, they have not been there. Now, hata tukisema ni Raila Amolo Odinga, kwani kwa nini hazikupelekwa Bonda? Benda Bonda hakuna mahali pa kujenga. Kwa nini hazikupelekwa Migori? Huh? And if anything, the governor of Migori, Ochila yako, is even related to Raila Amolo Odinga. Kwa nini hazikupelekwa huko? Orze ilipelekwa Homa Bay kwa sababu she's a woman. Huh? She's not Gladys Odinga. She's Gladys Wanga. Yes. So you cannot purport to say probably those developments were brought because Raila was building the wife's palace. Yes. So the only thing I know, you cannot open every battlefront, then you succeed. And being the way I know Homa Bay is, I'm talking as somebody who is young to Gladys, politically or per capita wise. Yes, I'm very young to her. But that one does not mean I'm young mentally.
Yeah.
In fact, wale ambao wamesoma wanasema afadhali uwe na mali ya ubongo kuliko mali ya dunia. Yes. What I'm seeing, she's not seeing. She's overcarried by power. Yes. And something, I think the pride. She's young and leading the old and everybody else. Yes. The only Clary Orcon, I think she will understand. Raila is no longer there. And our people have bad manners. Aenda ulize Fulgoni Ukundi bali amelala. Ni nini Uchuda alimfanyia? Yes. Na kama kuna kitu watu wa Homa Bay will not mince words. Kwanza kucheza na Raymond Omolo. Raymond Omolo knows widows ni mtu aina gani. Anajua mjane ni mtu aina gani. Anajua watoto mayatima ni watu aina gani. And that's why unaona people are going rampage. Even in Nairobi, I saw so many women and the young people going on rampage. Because kwa njia moja ama nyingine, through Raymond Omolo's program, wame benefit. Then, unajaribu kureason ni kama Raymond is a politician. That guy is not a politician. That guy is a professional. And we call him a blue-eyed guy of Mheshimiwa Ruto. Hatukupigia Ruto kura. But at the end of the day, ukiangalia, what consideration did Ruto have aweke this young guy who comes from a community that revolted against him? Na akaamua kumpa position ambayo ina influence. Yeah. Na kuna siku Raymond hata hajawahi kwenda kwa jukwaa eti ana articulate political issue. He's not there. Yes, if you get him, you'll only get Raymond build nyumba za wajane. Raymond is running a program kufundisha foreign languages kusudi watu waweze kwenda ngamo. Raymond is schooling watoto mayatima. Yes, and that's what we want. Anapewa pesa pale, let him make use of that money.
Yeah.
Yes. Na sisi on that hatuna shida na yeye. Lakini the moment ataanza kukanyaga Raymond, my friend, I can tell you. Mimi sina chochote, lakini mdomo, as long as haijawekwa pamba, nitasema na huenda hiyo itamtoa, ataenda nyumbani. Asijifanye anajua Ruto kuliko kila mtu. If anything, Ruto need all of us, yeye peke yake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I understand when you see the social media groups, that is the Homa Bay, that especially talks about Homa Bay politics.
Yes.
People are questioning why Gladys Wanga is going after a person like Raymond Omolo, because they're saying Raymond Omolo, when you look at the government, the way he's structured, he's one of the most senior and one of the most performing PSS.
Yes.
And he has been doing development projects like the same Itokwe Stadium that was in Kitui.
Yes.
He oversaw the renovation, the construction of it, where the a celebration of the Mashujaa Day happened. And he also he's he has undertaken a lot of projects that in the eyes of the normal Kenyan, even those who are outside Homa Bay, they are saying that it is a guy who, yes, he's a professional. Many of them are ranking him to somebody like Matiang'i because anachapa kazi. So people are advising, or people are just pleading with Governor Gladys Wanga not to at least open battlefronts with Raymond Omolo, because some people are saying maybe Gladys Wanga, in her position as governor, she's seeing a person like Raymond Omolo with the programs that anafanya Homa Bay, ni kama maybe they're politically fueled, and ni kama Raymond Omolo has future political ambitions pale Nyanza. Maybe just summarizing this issue in Homa Bay County. Is that issue of Gladys Wanga and Oyugi Magwanga and Raymond Omolo at a point when inaenda kuhit ceiling, ama can it be contained hapa chini ya maji so that they can just galvanize it as leaders in the Homa Bay County and at least make the Homa Bay residents wache kufeel ni kama there is a political storm in Homa Bay?
What I know and I can tell you. What I know and I can tell you. Issues Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga, Raymond Omolo. Gladys Wanga must come down. Because Raymond Omolo is not in that anywhere there. Ayuko pale, the guy is not there. In fact, Silaya Mjinga ni nguvu. That guy do not even have that time. His tray is full. He's serving the administration that gave him opportunity. He's working within his mandate. Ushaona? So huyu kama yuko busy body, county Homa Bay bado inahitaji mambo mingi. Not even kurelieve Magwanga kwa kazi yake. Kwani democracy ni nini? Supporting a candidate is not a party position. A party position toa. Hata mimi ukiniletea candidate staki nitatoka. Ushaona? And if you want to know that lady kama kweli anataka kurudi kwa ile kiti, lazima style up. Amefungua vita na Oyugi Magwanga. Amefungua vita na Kidero. Amefungua vita na Raymond. Wacha nitoe Raymond pale. Raymond anaweza sema kwa sababu I'm Polish na nastaki maneno mingi, I'm not there. Akiniambia niweke masabu atapiga huu nimpatie hii nyingine apige. As long as atamaliza my personal integrity as a man. Unanielewa? Lakini unaona hiki kozi nyingine adadili nayo watamuinua vibaya sana. Na akinuliwa kama hata style up, lazima ajue mbali ya kwamba tumempa nafasi, but there's no day atakuwa mwanaume. She's a woman, lazima she learns to operate within the structures of power amepewa, na akae na hiyo value yake kama mama. Sisi hatuwezi kuwa watu wa mama. Anaongea vile anataka, anafanya kila kitu vile anataka. Yes. Kama Raila ndiye alikuwa anapigwa Homa Bay, sasa yeye ni nani? Atafungiwa kona nyingine, hatatoka. Ndiye atajua watu hawajui mambo ya ugavana. Yes. Si Homa Bay peke yake, hii Rangwe ndio nani? Ndio ndege ya Moi iliruhusiwa rungu. Na hii Rangwe hii ndio Raila alikuwa kona kwa nini? Kwa matanga ya Okira Kubiga. There was that one aspirant alikuwa anaitwa Akiro, the son of Obiga. Wakati Raila alikuwa na reintroduce Ochino for the first time. Aenda ulize wakina Mama Ida knows that history very well, kama hakuwa anajua. Because I believe that time bado alikuwa mtoto. Yes. Our people do not want nonsense. More so when it comes to development. Ye angangane alete zile zake. Since the governor. Raymond pia kama Mungu anaweza mpa nafasi out of goodwill the ile administration anaserve, alete kidogo tupate double. Like the era Kidero was a governor, we were bragging to be having 2 governors at a time. Kidero is the governor of Nairobi, Awit is the governor of Homa Bay. Lakini sasa hii yake ni gani? People are even now wondering with us. With the kind of things happening in Homa Bay, what is wrong with you people? Madam Wanga must calm down. She should even concentrate now. Si eti kila siku anavutana na contractors juu ya pending bills. Aenda alipe pending bills. Achana na Raymond Omolo. Yes.
I think that issue of Homa Bay, I think it's quite emotive also, because the way it's developing, people trying to at least see how they're moving forward. But I think that's one of the counties that will be one to watch as we head also towards 2027. And it's also one of the most crucial counties within the Nyanza region. And it is clearly the county that has benefited the most in the Kenya Kwanza administration. And a lot of people are saying if they don't handle the politics well, they might even risk losing the benefits that they've been getting from the Ruto administration. Aliet.
Yes.
Shukran sana.
Yes.
Nimeshukuru at least for the brief time that we've had today, and you know your schedule is busy, but at least you'll be able to create time and come to our platform, and of course just inform our audience of what is going on and your view of the current political happenings.
Yes.
Maybe just your final conclusion as we finish with the current political terrain in Kenya towards this camera.
What I can say is that Kenyans, let us stand up to be counted, and we view this administration positively. Let us not do evaluation emotively or tribally. Let us check the people who are in the opposition. What is it that they are going to add value on us in an event they are given opportunity? And those who are in the government, what is it that they've done that requires us to applaud them and give them another chance? But having said that, I think the denominator is we need to stand up to be counted. Yes.
Shukran sana. And of course, if you're watching from home and maybe Aliet has discussed a thing or two, has given his opinion on one topic or the other that we have discussed on this episode, and maybe ukobaleni now you have a different opinion, hapa chini kwa comment section, give us your opinion, give us your view, so that when even Aliet goes and sits down and watches this interview again, ataweza kuona your comment, and maybe he can also shift the way he's viewing things politically and also the opinions that he has of the current political developments. I've been host Ochino, the only Kenyan who is a man, a boy, and also a friend. Till next time, keep it locked.